Alex Toohey, first of all, Faster My hello.
Hello.
What's just happened to you in the past 20 minutes then?
My phone's just never been so popular. It's just lit up.
Tell me exactly what you told me when you walked in here. What were you doing at the time when your phone started lighting up?
Well, we're carrying in the Monty illuminated sign into the theatre, and my phone is just ringing non-stop in my pocket. My watch is going, and I haven't got time for this. And then, looking at my wrist. And, supposed to be at Max Radio right now. And, oh, jeez. Totally forgot about it. Hands up, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you see, Sue, this is why you're meant to be in charge, because you meant to be keeping an eye on
Leave the
all
men
this.
in charge. This is what happens, you see.
I blame David Artist because he's not here.
We always blame Dave Artist for everything, so that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Sue Tummon, this is a Two Feathers production. Tell me about Two Feathers.
Well, actually, Two Feathers, I think, is Alex's creation, really, alongside David Artis, and it's effectively a production team that they've set up in memory of his mum. I mean, I'll probably hand over to you.
Go on, Alex. You tell us the story. Then.
When I was growing up in South Africa, my mum ran a restaurant called the Two Feathers, and my mum passed away 6 years ago. So this is kind of like a little nod to her memory. So that's where the name Two Feathers came into kind of my brain.
And what would she think about the fact that you've chosen Full Monty for your first production?
Well, I think she'd be very proud. You know, this show, when it was on 9 years ago, it's a huge endorsement. She was on the first 2 rows with 13 of her friends, and she was extremely proud. And there's obviously things that she hadn't seen for a number of years of her son. But no, she'd be very proud, and God rest her soul.
Oh, do you know what though, Sue? The thing about Full Monty is that obviously it's got, I mean, this is one of the most famous and iconic productions, whether it be film or on stage, that's ever been produced. And of course, a lot of people focus on the ending, so to speak. And I can kind of understand why, but it's not really about that. There's so much heart and soul in this, isn't there?
Yeah, there really is. I mean, it's a story that covers so many different topics. There's financial difficulties, which is so relevant currently in the current climate in the world. There's gender stereotypes. There's people who have issues and thoughts around suicide. There are so many sort of heartfelt and really gritty topics that are relevant, whether it was back in the 90s or now. So it is a show that appeals to everybody.
And one of the things I love about it is at the heart of it, Alex, is kind of like male bonding, isn't it? It's all about the group kind of coming together.
That's right, yeah. And it's kind of like life imitating art as well, because the guys and the cast as well. We all come together. We've all got our own kind of songs and scenes to do, but then we gel throughout the whole thing. And rehearsals have been such a great laugh. That there are scenes where we have to kind of build our confidence, taking our shirts off and our pants off, and we've got to do this in front of each other, and because how can we do it in front of all these women if we can't do it in front of each other? And that's really been a proper bonding exercise amongst all of us as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because they do have to be brave, don't they, Sue, at the end of the day, to actually do this, because there is that scene at the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, many people have asked the question, do the guys actually do the full Monty? And the answer is yes, categorically. They do get their entire kit off at the very end of the show, and it's incredibly brave of them to do that. But again, it's that whole theme around that male solidarity and being there for each other when times are tough and when you've got to kind of really pull together. It's supporting each other and backing each other up. So tell us a little bit about this particular production then. What's this kind of based on? Because as we said, there is the film, there are the stage productions. What are you kind of basing yours on?
No, so this is pretty much a mirror of the movie. I watched the movie for the first time in 25 years.
It still stands up, so to speak.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Pardon the pun. But and I was amazed how much of the dialogue is the same. And a lot of the scenes are the same. The stories are the same. It's pretty much a lift it out of the movie onto the stage. Yes, okay, it's a musical, so there's a few more songs thrown in there, but it's pretty much a mirrored version of what you see in the movie.
And tell us about some of your castmates then. Who's playing some of the pivotal roles?
They're all very brave lads. So we'll start with the Monty Six, we call ourselves. There's myself. I play the character called Jerry. He's the Robert Carlyle character from the movie. We got Ben Heath, who plays Dave, Big Fat Dave, I call him.
Charming.
It's affectionate. We've got David Cowley. We have Alex Maxwell, Nigel Ties, and the double customer service champion, David Castro. He's in of the Monty Six. And we have Sue as well, a very talented Sue Tummon, Joe Dickinson, just I can name them all. We've got Rachel Braidwood, Lisa Dancox, Jill Buchanan, a whole host of others, which and I'm going to apologise now. I'll get the names. Miss somebody out, so I'm going to stop.
Who's he
now
forgotten, Sue? Who's he forgotten?
So we've got some wonderful dancers in the show as well. So we've got Jordan McCormack, we've got Olivia Helmer, we've got Kelly Firth, we've got Daniela Clark.
Huge number of people.
And there's Nick Kane in
Nick
there as
Kane
well.
is
What, the Tin Bath number
Yes.
2, Nick Kane?
Yes,
Yeah.
that very
That
That Nick
same.
Kane,
same one,
former
yeah.
winner, number 2 this year, I believe.
Four-time winner.
Four-time winner.
champion.
Yeah.
He's not too well today.
I'm not
We've had
surprised.
some interesting messages from him. But yeah, he's in it as well. We've got a newcomer to the stage, Stuart McLean. He's a very talented young
And
man.
not forgetting, of course, the wonderful Gianni Fabrizio, who
Yes.
actually is the official stripper in the show, and he is doing a fantastic job because he's not just got this sort of small cameo role where he, takes his kit off at the start of the show. He's got a lot of dialogue. He's got a lot of scenes where he interacts with the other characters.
Is it? Will this be his first on-stage production,
absolutely.
Johnny? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's doing a
obviously-
really
yeah.
great job. So
Fantastic
we're really
stuff.
proud of him.
Well, it's clearly going to be a brilliant production. I mean, I'm guessing it's not quite for all ages, is it? Is it? Is there
It's
an
14 plus.
14 plus.
Yeah, but I mean, look, if a parent wants to take their 13-year-old, it's up to them.
Yeah.
But it really is a show for everybody, And yes, there's brief semi-nudity and maybe some full nudity, which if all goes well.
It's all to do with placement of hats. It's all to do with placement.
and lighting cues.
And lighting cues.
Yeah, it's the lighting cues I'm worried about.
It'll be amazing. Well, it starts on Saturday, doesn't it?
Yeah, we start. So
Wow.
Saturday at 5 o'clock is our first show, and then we have a 9 o'clock show. So it gives people want to go out and have a meal beforehand, have a few drinks. They can come, or vice versa. At the 5 o'clock show, they can go out for a meal afterwards, and that's both Saturdays. We have a 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. both Saturdays. Monday to Friday, 7:30.
And it's one of those where I noticed there is a group discount, and I think that's brilliant because this is a perfect show to get a massive gaggle of people together to come and see and just have a great laugh, kind of cry together, laugh together, maybe kind of between your fingers looking.
But you're right, though. It's a very heartwarming story,
It
as
is.
Sue's touched on, and it's but yes, people are going to go there with the one scene in mind, but as the story unfolds, by the time we get to the end, it's not all about the guys with the buff bodies and all that kind of stuff. Everyone's on the side of the normal guys who've built up the courage to go the full Monty.
Which, not to scare you, Alex, you'll be doing that on Saturday. It'll be fine.
I'm doing it on Thursday.
Well,
Dress
Thursday.
rehearsal. Yeah, I
You
know.
do a proper dress
I know,
rehearsal.
we do, yeah.
It's the undress
The undress rehearsal.
I love it. Listen, thank you for coming in and for taking the time. And you made it. You made
Thank you for
it.
making the time for us. Thank you.
Thank you to all those people as well who sent messages saying, get yourselves up to Manx Radio.
jeez. Thank you,
Love
guys.
it.
Well, listen, there's only one song we could possibly play, and after this, I will be giving you your chance to win the first pair of tickets this week. We've got a pair every day to give away. We had to leave with a bit of Tom Jones, though, didn't we?